it's like, hey guys, so it's like 2 in the morning. I just repeated that, sorry, I just don't know if the camera was on or not, but tonight, I just wanted to share my story. I'm sitting here thinking about everything I've been through with people, and I have a story to tell, and I apologize for my hair. Like I said, it's like 2 in the morning, and I hope you guys can just accept me for who I am. If I have a bad hair day, whoop-de-doo, you know? Wow, that looks terrible. But anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna share my story with you guys. So I grew up, I was actually born in Colorado, Canyon City, Colorado, and spent about 4 years there, then went to Montana, spent about 12 years there, and then came back here to Colorado. I'm not going to tell you guys what city I live in, because you'll probably stalk me. No, just kidding. I live in Colorado Springs, so I'm not going to tell you which part of town. I'm not going to tell you any of that, because I know there's stalkers out there, and I don't want any stalkers. I already have a couple of them, and I don't want any more. Anyways, I never really had much friends growing up. You know, I just never really got accepted into socially in school. Like, everyone thought I was gay, and I don't know why. I guess it's because I have a high-pitched voice in a way, and I have a certain face. And a lot of girls have come up to me and asked me if I was gay, and I'm like, no, I'm actually not gay. I have nothing against gay people. I have some gay friends, actually. But I am not gay. And if I was gay, I would come out and say I am gay. But I am not gay. Just putting that out there. But I do love gay people. I know a lot of gay friends. I have a lot of gay friends that I love to death. So I'm just putting that out there as well. But I love girls. I love girls. And I think most of my friends growing up were girls. And most people think people who grow up with girlfriends are gay. And no, they're not. Because look at me. You know, I'm very attracted to girls. Very. Okay? So, I mean, you don't have to... None of that depends on that at all. It doesn't really depend on how you grow up to be gay. I mean, it's just something you're born with. You know, you're either straight or you're not. Which is perfectly... It doesn't matter what you are. As long as you're being yourself, you're doing good. You know, just be yourself. Accept who you are. Don't hide anything. You know, life isn't about hiding stuff. Anyways, I turned this into like some motivational thing or whatever. But anyways, back to my story. So I got picked on a lot throughout high school. A bunch of people called me a faggot, you know, douchebag, you know. I've gotten shoved in toilets many times after people have pissed in them. I don't know why. People picked on me a ton in high school. They freaking hated me. I had a lot of girlfriends, and a lot of these girls had crushes on me, or they were, you know, they loved me or whatever, and I hung out with them quite a bit. And I feel like that affected a lot of my guy friendships, because I hung out with a lot of attractive girls, and they gave me gay status at school, which I was fine with. I don't really care, but I'm not going to lie, it did affect me. Because when you get called something for so long, it's like, okay, you know, I'm not gay. If you want to continue to call me that, you know, I'm never going to admit I am, because I'm not. And if I was, I wouldn't have a hard time admitting it. I would just say I am. Because it's not a bad thing. Anyways, I hate when people think it's some bad thing, you know. If there's a family out there that doesn't accept their kid being gay, then you're a terrible parent. You're a terrible human being. They're still human, and just because they think differently does not mean they deserve to be kicked out of the freaking family. I mean, you're terrible if you think that. Anyways. So yeah, I got picked on a bunch through high school. A bunch. I don't even want to go through a lot of the things. I have attempted suicide 3 or 4 times. I have cut myself repetitively on my arms and legs. I have done everything from jumping off a bridge to swallowing Advil and bleach to doing just terrible things. And this was all because how I got treated by people, and I just didn't feel like I was worth anything. Then again, and lots of people go through this. Nobody deserves this, by the way. I mean, if you're a bully, you're pathetic. You know, what's the point of bullying? Aren't we, like, all human? Like, aren't we all here for reasons, our own reasons? Like, I don't get why somebody has to base their life around bullying people. I think it's extremely pathetic. And I think, if anything, you should feel bad. The people getting picked on, you should feel bad for them, because they're only picking on you because they're not proud of who they are, or they have tons of insecurities, and they like to fill that void by picking on people. That's just the honest truth, and you've probably heard this before, but you need to hear it again if you are getting picked on. Don't worry about it. You know, you're going to go so much farther than that person in life. You're going to do so much more better things. And, yeah, you're awesome. So don't let anybody affect you. I know I did, and just don't. Okay? Anyways, aside from that, I lived in this small 2-bit town called Superior, Montana, and and it was terrible. I just had horrible experiences, like I said, throughout high school, just terrible experiences. And I finally got out. My parents got a divorce, which was also, I took that very, very hard. I actually attempted suicide after that as well, just because I didn't have any friends, and the friends I did have were girls, and they always moved. And yeah, so I was kind of stuck there alone. The one thing I did like to rely on was my family, and when my family got torn apart, I was torn apart as a person, and I don't know, I just felt terrible. I was like, there's one thing that I thought I could always rely on, and that was my family being together and having my family, and it was terrible to watch it crash and burn. It was horrible. If you're not in love, don't get married, please. It's just really bad on the kids. Just don't get married. It's terrible on the kids. Anyways, we moved to Colorado. I finally started making friends. I just was myself, but you know, it wasn't a crowded little town where people could talk a bunch of smack. It was a fairly big city, so I kind of fit in a little bit. People accepted me. I had some friends I played video games with all the time, and I loved it. And I became a Christian. I went to this youth group in this big church, and I really got involved in it, and I learned a lot of things from it, but I also learned a lot of things about people and the kind of people to be associated with, and how to tell if a person is being fake or not fake. And that's kind of one thing I got out of being Christian. Like I said, I don't know if I said this in one of my previous videos, I am not actually currently Christian. I've had a lot of horrible experiences with not only past relationships, but past friendships, and I just strayed from the Christian foundation. I don't claim to be a Christian. I'm not a Christian, and I currently don't know what my beliefs are. I haven't figured that out completely yet. I would like to be in I would like to believe in a divine being. I don't know if I would like to believe in the Bible, just because I actually think about what I read, and sometimes I'm not going to go into it. I don't want to cause any strife in the comments. I just have different beliefs. I don't know what I believe yet. I'm still trying to figure that out, which is okay. One thing I don't believe, and this might cause some controversy, is I don't believe in hell. I don't believe that anybody deserves to be burned eternally in a fiery, horrible pit of hell. I don't think anybody deserves that, not even Hitler, not even horrible murderers, because honestly, those murderers are murderers because of their family background, what they've been through. You know, you don't know where somebody came from, you know. There is some people that are just crazy, and maybe they deserve hell for 20 years, but do they honestly deserve to be eternally burned in hell for eternity? I mean, if you think about the word eternity, it's forever. I would never pray that upon anybody. I'm just being human here. Nobody deserves that. Nobody. I just don't believe it. I don't believe in hell, I think. I hope not. I hope there isn't. Nobody deserves that. Nobody. Anyways, so that's kind of my story. I was picked on quite a bit. Finally found some friends, became a Christian, had some horrible experiences, stopped being a Christian. I was in a 2-year relationship that ended terribly. Got in a couple smaller relationships after that. Those ended terribly. And now I'm just kind of chilling, making videos, working a lot. And I might move to LA. I might just get out and do my own thing. I'm not entirely sure. And it's extremely windy and cold outside. If you're in Colorado, God, it's cold. Anyways, I appreciate you guys for watching.